Hello, welcome in, welcome back, welcome. If you're new, I'm glad you stopped by. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're doing 3 different jams. This is the 3rd one. We started off with bacon tomato jam. That video is up. Then we did caramel onion jam. That video is up. Now here's our 3rd one. This is caramel onion tomato jam, okay? I've already chopped 2 of my big strawberry onions. They weigh about a pound a piece. I got one more. Look how big that is. FYI, if you didn't know it, I've said it before, so if you've watched my videos, you already do know it. The bigger the onion, the sweeter the onion. So if you're going to buy onions and you want sweet onions, buy the biggest one you can find. If you want a hot onion, buy the smaller ones. But for jams, I want sweet onions. I do not want hot onions. So here's my 2 big onions. Take y'all over here to the stove. Y'all come with me so we can see back down in our little pot that we've been working in all day right here. I've washed it again. Here we go, our 2 big onions. And when we made our other jam, it took, I had to get my spatula. It took an hour for those onions to start to caramelize. Of course, I had 3 times as many onions as I do now. So I'm hopeful that these will caramelize quicker. Got to get me a little bit of butter. Okay, I got us some butter here. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of butter in this. That is a half of a stick. You do not want to use margarine. You want to use real butter. I don't use margarine for anything. I don't buy margarine. I use real butter. More and more people are going to using real butter and less margarine. Because they have now, whoever they are, we don't know who they are, but they say now butter is better for you than margarine. So, you could use olive oil in this if you wanted to. I don't care for olives, therefore I don't care for olive oil, therefore I do not buy olive oil. I do not have olive oil. I like the taste of butter, so I'm using butter. But we just want, I'm going to turn these down a little bit to about medium-high. You want these just to kind of caramelize a little bit. These do not have to cook down like they did for our caramel onion jam. They don't have to cook down quite as far, but they do. Now, let me look, find my recipe here. I do follow a recipe sometimes, y'all. Let me see here. Okay, I evidently didn't write this down, so we're going to wing it, okay? This one right here, got our onions. We're going to caramelize these onions with those 4 tablespoons of butter in our heavy cast iron pot. Love my cast iron cookware. Somebody said not long ago, well, that stuff is so heavy, you know, you can't lift anything to pour it out of. Well, you know what? You don't. You just scoop it out. Don't pour it out because it is heavy. It's heavy by itself, but it's even heavier if it's full of soup or something. So you just serve out of your pot or you scoop it out, okay? All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, we need tomatoes. And if you've watched me can tomatoes or you watched me make that bacon tomato jam, you know that I puree my tomatoes in the Ninja right here. See this? There's some of our tomatoes, and I've got some more I had in the refrigerator. That's what we're going to use in this. I'm not sure how many jars of this we're going to get because I'm making this to taste, and if I need more or less tomatoes or whatever, then that's what I'm going to go with. It's going to take a while for these onions to start to caramelize, so I'll be back once they start to caramelize, okay? Okay, y'all, I'm going to take you over here. I hope we don't get too fogged up. See that? They're really getting caramely looking. And so I'm going to add in 8 cups of this tomato puree right here. Right there, 8 cups. And I think that'll be plenty for that. We also need to add some salt, a teaspoon of salt. If I've got another teaspoon, there we go, a teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of sugar, and I'm going to add in some apple cider vinegar. About 1/4 of a cup. That's about 2-3 tablespoons. Okay. There we go. Now we got to cook this down till it gets nice and thick, and that'll take a few minutes. I don't know, but it'll all come together and it'll be jammed up. Let's taste it, see if we've got the right amount of sugar in it. That's good. We may end up having to add the rest of our sugar. Let's add a little bit more. That's about, I guess that is about a 1/2 cup. I didn't add quite a 1/2 cup. This is a 1/2 cup of sugar. It's a core of a tomato that I left in there. 1/2 cup sugar, 8 cups of tomatoes, 2 big. So it's 2 pounds of onions, because these onions weigh a pound a piece. A teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar this time. We went with brown sugar. Okay, and 1/2 a stick of butter, or 4 tablespoons. So if y'all are trying to write it down, I've said it a couple of times, so hopefully y'all have gotten all the ingredients that go in this onion tomato jam. This again will be delicious with chips. It'll be good on a charcuterie board. It'll be good with crackers and cheese. It's good on top of a roast, a pork roast especially. It's just a nice thing to have in your pantry. Because like I said, you can do so much with these jams, not just eat them, but you can have them on toast, you can put them on scrambled eggs, or regular eggs, or an omelet, or it's just endless, the possibilities you can do with these savory jams, which I really like better than I do a sweet fruit jam. I'm a sucker for a tomato, let me tell you. Anything with a tomato in it, yeah, this little girl likes it, I'm telling you. Love tomatoes. As long as they're good and fresh when you start, they're going to stay tasting good and fresh tomatoes. If you start with grocery store winter tomatoes that really have absolutely no flavor and they're just kind of there, then your jams or your preserves or your juices or sauces or whatever you're putting them in are going to have no flavor. What you're making is only as good as the ingredients you put in it. So if you're going to cook, be picky about your ingredients. Don't just say, oh, I'm just going to cook with it. It's no big deal. It is a big deal because it won't be good. So we're going to let this cook, and I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when it gets good and thick and it's ready to go in the jars. Okay, y'all, so it's boiling real good now. Bring over here and see it a little bit. See all this foam? That foam will all disappear when it starts to congeal. So we're going to keep cooking. And when it's all gone and it's starting to get thick, then we'll put it in our jars. All right, y'all, we're ready to end our day of jam making, savory jam making. Y'all see how pretty and thick that is? See that? Doesn't that look good? It's just pretty and thick. Take this and toss it up in the sink to be washed. And we'll start with some jars and some lids, and we'll get this done. This is shelf stable if you water bath it. Told y'all that before. Turn up this way. Alrighty. Look how thick that is. Oh, yummy. Alright, here we go. Not sure how many jars we'll get of this. Probably about 6. There's 2. Go ahead and put the tops on these. Wipe them down good. There's one. Set it over here. And there's 2. I'm about to forget my thing here. 3. How many y'all think we'll get? We'll get about 8. There's 6, y'all. I believe we'll have 8, maybe 9. I don't think we'll get 10. We might. We never know, do we? If y'all have ever made any jams like this, let me know what your recipes are. Let me know how you do yours. I love a savory jam, because they're just so good on so many things. Y'all, if you didn't have all your ingredients to make this or salsa or whatever on hand, go ahead and can up your tomatoes. And then when you get your other ingredients, take them out and take out your canned tomatoes and use those and make your jam with it. Be delicious. All right, I'm gonna finish canning these up and I'll be right. All right, y'all, we got 10, almost 11 jars of that tomato onion jam. So I think we're done with our savory jam making this year, our tomato-based jams this year. I did 16 jars of bacon tomato jam. I did 4 the first go round and then 12 this last go round. I did 5 of the onion. I may do more onion, but that doesn't have to be done right away because you can get sweet Vidalia onions year round anymore. And then we've got our 10 of the tomato onion jam. And I can't wait till Christmas to gift some of this and put it out for hors d'oeuvres for Christmas Eve and Christmas night. So it'll be good. It'll be good to have. And So I'm kind of excited about my savory jams this year. So y'all remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications. Y'all please share our videos. It means the world to me to know that they're being shared and other people are getting them. If there's anything I've used in what I'm doing, there's links below to Amazon for a lot of the stuff you all see me use every time I'm on here. Go through those links and have some fun shopping for new things. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.